Good day, dear teachers. Today we are going to discuss the classroom observable indicators for school year 2025-2026. Before we start, please like and share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Teacher V. Sa ating pong rating sheet, there are 9 classroom observable indicators and it is indicated in DepEd Memorandum Number 89, Series 2025, ang schedule and distribution of PPST COIs on each observation. So, sa first observation, ang indicators na dapat maipakita ni teacher ay PPST COI 1.1.2 or ang indicator number 1 sa ating rating sheet, indicator number 2 or PPST COI 1.4.2, indicator number 3, the PPST COI 1.5.2, indicator number 4, the PPST-COI 2.3.2, indicator number 6, the PPST-COI 3.1.2, and the indicator number 7, the PPST-COI 4.1.2. Sa second observation naman, dapat maipakita natin ang indicator 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and indicator 9. So as we observe, there are 6 classroom observable indicator every observation ang dapat na maipakita natin. Let us start with indicator 1. Apply knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching areas. So, maipapakita natin ito sa pamamagitan ng lesson integration. Halimbawa, pag-connect ng lesson nila noong grade 7 sa inyong topic ngayon, or pag-connect ng lesson ng AP sa values, or pwede din na pag-mention ng related concepts sa ibang subject. We can also use examples from learners' experiences to connect it in real-life situation. So, in short, kayang-kaya ni teacher na ipaliwanag ng mabuti sa kanyang student ang kanilang lesson or topic without even looking or reading sa kanilang modules or books. Indicator 2. Use a range of teaching strategies that enhance learner achievement in literacy and numeracy skills. Dito sa indicator 2, dapat ang teacher ay gumamit ng mga interactive strategies to build reading, writing, and numeracy skills. Halimbawa, group reading, word problems, or pwede din na maglaro ng word games for vocabulary or use blocks for counting. Sa mga non-English and math subjects, for example sa values education, kung ang topic ay halimbawa mapanagutang paggamit ng social media, si teacher pwedeng magpakita ng infographic about sa number of hours na ini-spend ng mga teens online and then ask the students to read, interpret, and discuss kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng data na inyong ipinakita about responsible use of social media. Indicator 3, apply a range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. So dito sa indicator 3, as teacher, you can ask open-ended questions like why or how to let your students explain their answer. Pwede din yung paggamit ng problem solving, brainstorming, or inquiry-based task. You can let your student design or create something like poster, solution, or experiment and let them explain their work. Sa pamamagitan kasi nito, na-promote ang kanilang creativity and critical thinking. The teacher may also use higher order questioning para ma-develop yung critical thinking ng mga students. Indicator 4, manage classroom structure to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. So, paano ba ito maipapakita ni teacher during observation? So, the teacher may organize groups or learning stations. Mas madali ito if at the beginning of school year pa lang na-explain na ni teacher ang rules and regulations during groupings. And mas maganda mag-groupings kapag ang seating arrangement ay U-shape because it allows students to have smooth transitions. So, maipapakita natin itong indicator 4 by arranging students for group work and yung paggamit ng materials or pagbigay ng activities that let the students explore. Indicator 5, manage learner behavior constructively by applying positive and non-violent discipline to ensure learning-focused environments. So, dito sa Indicator 5, we need to set and remind our class rules positively. We also need to be consistent doon sa rules na binigay natin noong first day of school pa lang. So, during class observation or kahit na walang nag-o-observe sa atin, dapat ipakita natin sa ating student na nire-respeto natin sila para irespeto din nila tayo. So, also, always remember that praising students for correct answer is very important kasi it reinforces learning. Nagbibuild ito ng kanilang self-confidence at syempre, mas namomotivate sila to participate in your discussion. If ever na mag-groupings kayo at mayroong group na medyo maingay, look for other group na tahimik at gumagawa ng maayos. Tapos, i-praise mo sila like sabihin mo na, wow, ang galing naman ng group na ito, tahimik at maayos silang gumagawa. Instead na magsaway ka doon sa maingay. Kasi for sure, tatahimik sila bigla. Yung tono ng pananalita natin dapat din palaging calm tone. Hindi yung palagi tayong galit sa klase. Indicator 6, use differentiated, developmentally appropriate learning experiences to address learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. So, as teachers, syempre, we are expected to meet the needs and strengths of our students with different backgrounds in order to provide effective and developmentally appropriate instruction. So, paano ba natin ito maipapakita? Unahin natin yung learner's gender. For example, in groupings, iwasan natin na mag-group na puro boys or puro girls lang ang magkakasama to avoid comparing performances. As teacher, we need to ensure equal opportunities sa pamamagitan din ng pag-assign both male and female students as leader in group discussions and activities. Aside from mix of male and female, make sure din na mix ang groupings. Dapat magkasama ang advanced learners and struggling learners sa isang grupo. We can provide visual aids or simpler instructions for some students. Pwede din na mag-provide tayo ng task suited to learners' interest like yung output nila can be a poster, essay, or oral output or oral report. Tandaan din natin na doon sa ating lesson plan, dapat makikita yung differentiation details, yung grouping strategy natin, and dapat makikita ng observer yung mga students doing different tasks but aiming at the same objective. Indicator 7, plan, manage, and implement developmentally sequenced teaching and learning process to meet curriculum requirements and varied teaching context. So, how can we show this indicator during classroom observation? Simulan natin sa lesson plan. Dapat makikita dito ni observer na malinaw ang ating objective for the day at naka-align ito sa ating MELC. And during class, ipabasa ito sa mga students. And show a logical sequence in your lesson plan from motivation, activity, application, reflection, and evaluation. Dapat smooth ang pacing or dapat seamless. Pag sinabing seamless, hindi na natin kailangang sabihin na for our motivation, for our application, or evaluation. You don't need to say that word na. Dapat smooth ang transitions between lesson parts. We can also use multiple learning context during class. Pwedeng whole class discussion or pwedeng small group collaboration. Indicator 8, select, develop, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. So we can show this by using visual aids, charts, PowerPoint, or any other digital tools or real objects like for example sa science, microscope, kailangan nyo yun during the lesson or other equipment. Pwede din tayong gumamit ng short video clips, digital quizzes like Quizzes, Kahoot, Mentimeter at iba pa. For our last indicator, indicator number 9, design, select, organize, and use diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies consistent with curriculum requirements. So how can we show this indicator during observation? Of course, we can start with a short review quiz for our diagnostic. For the formative assessment naman, pwedeng oral questions during discussion or doing quick checks for understanding like times up if naintindihan nila ang lesson. And at the end of your lesson, you can give them short quizzes or written work or performance tasks for the summative assessment. Dito sa indicator 9, pwede kayong gumamit ng mga digital quizzes para mas mabilis at para mas madaling makasagot yung inyong mga estudyante. That's all for today. Good luck and God bless their teachers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe my YouTube channel, Teacher V. Bye!